And now, from the Sunnybrook Ballroom in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, it's the Bring 'em Out podcast with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside the podcast studio with another episode of Bring 'em Out. I'm Alan Hill, here with Soul Joel himself, Joel Richardson, and we have the return of the one and only. How many times is it, Joel?
3.
DJ Bob back in the house. Welcome.
Thank you. I haven't beat Deanna's record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody can overthrow the Queen of the North.
Yeah.
Many have tried.
She's, he's putting out the gloves right away. He's taking them off.
Well, as you said before before we began, Dick first, right?
Yeah.
We'd have it no other way, Bob.
His confidence walked in last.
That's awesome.
Now, do you think DJing has helped your confidence?
Well, you know what? Yes and no. Like when I go in with DJing as a persona,
Yeah.
and I give out a business card, I have that confidence.
Yep.
But I mean, I was at a singles event just was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, let's just say a week and a half ago, and I was felt out of my element, and I just got out, less than an hour after the event started.
Because
Okay.
no one knew.
I feel you.
Yeah,
No one knew you or knew.
You didn't walk in as DJ Bob.
I didn't walk in.
You
as
walked
DJ
in as
Bob.
unconfident single Bob.
Yes.
Right. I get that, man.
Looking at these guys that are taller than me, and let's face it, you get older, it's attractiveness kind of goes down.
Hey,
Well-
man. You gotta raise your age limits of the people you're seeking.
Yes. And on top of it, no drink, just like now.
No drink.
Oh, it was a dry event.
No, it
Or
was
you just chose
50
not
minutes waiting for someone to serve me. I said, "Fuck
Oh,
this shit."
mackerel.
He couldn't get wet.
You go in and get your beak wet, you can't even get your mouth wet.
Yeah.
Sounds like the ladies are having the same problem.
Oh, boy. No, but I can understand that, though. I don't know if you're like this, Alan. Like after high school and college, it's like if you don't have that social atmosphere, like if it's after a show, I could talk to someone, be like, "How'd you enjoy the show?" And that icebreaker, I agree with Bob. No matter what kind of level of anxiety you have, it's like, how do you break that ice? And I'm like, I don't want to say something stupid. Come here often.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard. It's tough. And it's funny because I here it's easy for me because I have this level of comfort. Because everybody comes, you treat me like gold. Everybody knows me. But that developed somehow, and I'm not sure how it got there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I bring a personality for sure, but I also there are times when I just want to be the guy in the corner that nobody wants to talk to. You
Right.
know? It's weird when especially you and me, we never get to be that guy.
Right.
Sometimes that's all you want.
Right.
So it's this weird thing of always I always want a little piece of the personality that you either don't have or you're trying to develop. You know what I mean?
Which is funny because your laugh, I think, helps people feel comfortable and automatically they're like, "Oh, I love the laugh." It's contagious.
Which is awesome that it does.
Same
that.
with you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank
for sure.
Especially if a joke bombs.
Yeah,
That's the best.
exactly.
That's the best.
Right there, I can see it in their face. The comics.
And it's on a time release.
They're like, "I just did that that joke last night or last week, and it hit. What did I do differently? What's up with Pottstown? What's up with Pennsylvania? Or is it me?"
Yeah. Do I have to reanalyze my whole life?
But I was telling my girlfriend because she didn't know pre DJ Bob shows.
Okay, yeah, sure,
you've
sure.
always kind of been introducing comics with music.
Yeah, totally.
The last show, and we just brought this up last weekend with Bob, was Tony Woods. Tony Woods went up on stage and goes, "DJ, cut it." There was no music playing. Bob's console was right by the stage because he pumped up the crowd before the show, and then we never thought, hey, maybe these comics want intro music.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's awesome.
Especially a guy like Tony Woods who used to live in New York, is from DC.
Yeah, and listen, not to make it black and white, but there is a black and white world in the comedy world.
Completely different
and
vibe.
it's a totally different show. Music is a massive element. The DJ is part of the show in a lot of these.
And Bob's going literally like a mixologist.
Yeah.
He's going up to the comics before the show with a pen and pad, like he's taking their order, going, "What song would you like?" Now, it either gets a really good response, like, "I want this song," or "Whatever you want, man, whatever you think."
Right.
and they leave it to dealer's choice. And sometimes that's not good for Bob. It's good for the audience, but Bob is what I like to call a bit of a rascal.
Yes! That's so awesome.
Mostly with Steve Rinaldi.
Mostly with Rinaldi.
Yeah.
You have more fun with Rinaldi, you think?
But he also like gives me a license.
Okay.
So I played the theme to Sopranos the last time I played. Walked him up.
Yeah.
Got yourself a gun.
Yeah.
Another time was Dominic the Donkey.
The Christmas song, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you say that there's 2 shows going on, one for the audience, one for the comics. There's also one for the DJ.
Well, I would include you in the comics,
Oh,
the talent. But if you want to put
That's
yourself,
awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, no one needs to put Bob on an island. He's on there himself. Our little castaway.
I love it, man. Oh, that's so good.
Briefly offline, we brought up that Bob was DJing for Learnmore at Learnmore Jonasi.
Yeah.
Right now,
If that's a name of a comic, by the way.
Yes.
That is not a
yeah, he
summer
was on
school
America's Got
program.
Talent. If you look him up, you definitely would recognize him.
Yeah, he's a
a
definitely.
good book. He did 2 shows.
Really funny guy.
Now, Bob also does a thing where it's like a comedy callback, where comics go on stage and refer to a joke, they call it back, the joke hits hard. So what Bob does is Bob will take something in their set for their outro song.
Well done.
And then, Bob, do you want to set the scene from here? Or do you want me to explain it further?
yeah. So I had a song that I was queuing up for his outro
Yes.
because I thought it'd be funny. It was
Right. Oh, it was funny. It delivered.
it was a theme to The Lion King. It just played
By the way,
unexpectedly.
Learnmore is from Africa.
I suppose I could have done the song Africa from Toto, but it wouldn't have been as funny.
Anything from Paul Simon's Graceland album?
Yes.
Good idea.
I think, yeah, any song selection after the show
Right.
would have been best.
Except, due to some technical mishap,
And there was always a few.
in this case there was a few, beyond my control, to the point where involuntarily I was unplugged.
Involuntarily.
Oh my god.
But the first time, you can imagine, you hear that...
The
that
pure panic.
no, the first thing you heard, well, the first thing was, I'm not going to say it, but, the theme to Lion King, that scream, and to hear it, like, loud, in the middle of the set...
Wait, what's going through your mind?
I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, looking, and it's like, okay, all the volumes are down. This should not be happening. I can't account for it, but it's a fluke.
Unbelievable.
So then I like tried to get set up again, and again it played. So, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. That's kind of how
Yeah.
it felt.
Oh man, that is priceless. Oh,
And I'm sure the audience got a laugh, and I guess
Audience did laugh, and Learnmore, like any other comic, was being self-deprecating. And when he explained, he goes, "What's going on? What happened? Why would you play this song?" And he said, "Outro song." So he immediately thought, "Oh my goodness, I'm over my time. Did I overstay my welcome? Should I be off stage right now? I know we have a second show. Is that what
and
happened?"
Bob was just trying to think on his feet, right?
Right.
Bob's
Yeah.
response?
Which-
No.
Oh!
No. Yeah. Whatever you're thinking, it's not. It's not even in the top 3 of what you're thinking.
Which, by the way, that takes me to a little flashback from the time you had Bob, I think, Light, was it Sam Talent?
Sam
in the
Talent.
dome? Remember? And Bob was doing it like he was bringing in a plane on the runway.
Oh, to light.
oh,
You remember that?
yes.
Yeah.
Was that Sam Talent, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's flashing it like this, and all you can think is, yeah, I see the light, Bob. I'm wrapping it up. Also, it didn't matter. That night, we didn't have a second show. We're wrapping it up and headed indoors. So we're outside. Bob's like,
And Sam, who was one of the funniest, like, quick on his feet comics ever, and was making he was running you around the dome like a maniac
On
during his
purpose.
set on purpose.
Yeah.
Every time he asked you a question, he would say, "Why would you talk during my set, Joel?" You know, it was just so funny. And then he goes after Bob for the light. I mean, it was a night, man.
Yeah, but it was perfect.
It was perfect. It was so great. It was great. I mean, it was like it just fed in again. It became comedy.
What do you think your most fun you've ever had DJing at a show?
Well, recently with Brittany Brave.
Okay.
Brittany, I never got to give you my digits.
Yeah!
Here's a good a spot as any.
Here's your chance, Brittany.
Yeah, here. Why DM when you have your whole platform? Take advantage.
That's awesome. Oh, I love it.
And I am dressed like the principal this evening. That's what they call a callback.
And my man, I love it.
This entire place should be government funded.
I think we should all be wearing helmets.
Oh, that was fantastic.
You're awesome, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, that's great.
We're just missing the train.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely missing the train.
Oh,
That was a Roars for a callback. So, cheers, man. Yeah, bump
so
hunts.
good.
Did so do you? Because I would think even 5 years ago, 2 years ago, you wouldn't have been talking at a show like that. That's what I meant by the confidence. Like, you didn't seem to be shy when you were talking to Brittany on stage. Because you're off to the side. Spotlight's not on Bob per se, but
he is right there.
But he's right there, and people for the show. I mean, it was packed house. We had about 200 people.
Nice.
I think just in that particular moment, I just lost my identity, and I was just riveted on her. And
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right, this is Bob. We have a circle, like a heart drawn in. Okay.
Yep, it's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the entire audience disappeared in that moment. It was just me and her making eye contact. And
Roger Rabbit and Jessica.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. All right.
But then
you see what you've done to this man, Brittany.
Well, you know what happened, right? I booked the second show and had the Philly takeover. Bob's had to reset his board and wasn't able to talk after the show.
Oh.
So, Craigslist misconnection, my fault.
But well, she'll be back.
Yeah.
Will she?
Well, yes, I do have. I am about to book her for a brunch show that she does.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. There you go.
Will you need a DJ for that?
I saw that coming. Fastball right down the middle. You will have a second chance.
Okay.
Before I book it, I will consider your calendar first.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And just in case, I will have a power supply on standby, battery backup.
Okay. Well, that was also my fault.
Yeah.
I had. What was
Oh, sorry.
I mean, that was a comma, buddy.
Boss, here's Joel.
Head thrown right under. Of course, yes, but what exactly are you referring to? Yeah.
How about you tell the story?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was talking about I didn't express what was happening. So after the show, we had the table set up, and what we do is we bring the table onto the stage, and it has the mics just like this for the roasts, two roasters, 3 judges, and then Lou. So there's 6 mics total.
Okay.
And I explained, I said, Bob, because he had his console, I said, after the show, I have to use this table. What I should have said was, act like this table's not here. Set up your console. So after the show, he didn't have his console set up. I needed the table. He picked it up, and then everything went haywire.
I see.
Turns out it was something else, but I didn't make it any easier.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
But
right on.
Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't meet her in the bathroom, unfortunately.
Did she ask you to go to the bathroom?
No, she said, meet on stage, meet me in the bathroom. Now, of course it's a bit.
Yeah. Oh, well, I would imagine.
Well, I'm still
But
waiting
I'm on the spectrum, so I took that shit literally.
Dude, I love it, Bob. That's so awesome. I'm still waiting for Eleanor Kerrigan to meet me at a porta potty in Roarsford. She threatened to do that in one of the Rofo shows.
Yeah. Turns out the porta potties are not there, but Alan is.
Yep.
We've gone through quite a nasty few winters.
Have any of you seen me anywhere but here?
Yeah.
Where do you think I am all the time?
Yeah. Just waiting.
That's right. One of these days,
Yeah.
he's coming through.
Dude, the best.
Oh, I love it, man.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You're right. That's right. That's right. You never know, Bob. You never know.
So I don't think Alan knows. DJ Bob has actually been taking a class, and it's going to bring it to the next level as a DJ.
Whoa! Tell me about it.
Yeah. So there's a local DJ, Moshe, otherwise known as the turntable therapist,
Oh.
and his day job is
TTT.
being like a school therapist. But he saw how much DJing has made a difference in the lives of himself and other other DJs, like how they conduct themselves in front of parents, other people, and he wanted to apply it to, I don't want to say like at-risk youth, but wanted to like show them, it helps to give you structure, helps to give you purpose, helps to give you focus. And when he was like advertising this on Facebook, I want to say December, I'm like, I want to do this because I felt like I've had gaps in my training. Like I never learned how to use turntables. I mean, obvious one, but you go into I don't know if you've ever felt this like as a musician or you as a comic, but you compare yourself to others. Sometimes you get the imposter syndrome.
Sure, yeah. Oh, every performer has that to some extent.
Yeah.
Unless they're narcissists, which is half the performers.
Okay.
I was going to say 50%. For sure. Empath, sociopath.
Boom.
And there's a fine line between both. Back to you, Bob.
So I figured, and I had a game plan. Like at minimum, I want to like network, but it's been good because it has addressed both the technical side of DJing, the business side of DJing, and even the mental health aspects.
That's great.
Because I mean, there were a couple times back when I was DJing in Gatsby's. Like I had a trigger finger one time, like, and had it be from anxiety.
You mean like moving off of songs real fast, or what do you mean?
Like my finger like just clenched.
Oh, like literal trigger finger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I went to
Wicka remix.
if only.
DJ Bob, trigger finger, DJ Bob.
We both didn't know what you meant.
Right. Okay.
I got it now. I mean literal trigger finger. I know.
Yeah. So I mean, your sister Laura
Yep.
happened to be there. I know she like does nursing and physical therapy.
She nursed you back to health.
I was looking for a diagnosis because I had not like account for this.
Right.
And then just did a little research and discovered, oh, this is actually a thing. Trigger thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I've actually heard. That's why I knew once. Like once I knew you were. When you first said trigger finger, I was thinking you were just like clicking off songs fast because you were nervous about people liking.
I'm
your
playing the curses. The old trigger finger. I ain't bleeping out. But then we realized he was being serious.
DJ free speech.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're left or you're right when you're correct. I think we know what you mean, Bob.
That's awesome.
Mr. Libertarian himself.
That's awesome, Nick. That's right.
Now, I didn't tell you this either. So we were sitting there last Saturday, had a good time, and he made the nice comment that I'm famous. Dude, definitely, I mean, it's arguable. Like I say,
You have your own self-deprecating jokes about that whole concept.
Absolutely. So he goes, well, what would make you feel famous? I said, well, I don't have a Wikipedia page. And he goes, well, I bet you're on Chat GPT. Looks it up. No one got more of a kick out of the response
Oh, I got no love.
than Bob.
Please tell me.
Yeah. It said, is sold. Well, you decided to type in.
Is Joel Richardson known more for being a comic or a manager of comics?
Okay.
Yeah. Fair. I've been a talent manager. I definitely promote. That's how I made a big living. I ended up opening up Soul Joel's. I still perform every once in a while, like to host a show. And what was the response?
It did acknowledge that you've done comedy, but that you're known in the industry more for managing comics.
Yeah.
And that you had a venue in Royersford, and you brought talent like
David Tell, Louis C.K., Jessica Curson, Jim Brewer.
Wow.
It made names
No,
specific.
it knew actual stuff.
And I don't know. And it actually talked about like my attire on stage. He likes to wear his Soul Joel's either sweatshirt, hoodie, or T-shirt, and occasionally he'll wear a suit.
I thought it was going to say occasionally wears pink on Sundays. If it knew that, I was going to fall off this couch.
I didn't even think about that.
Dude, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as deep cut. But
it's incredible. That's amazingly deep,
dude,
though.
Yeah. It basically said, is Soul Joel a comedian? And not so much.
Well, that's one way to interpret it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still pretty impressive that it was able to assess that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Very.
And it said, especially on the East Coast, I'm known for helping comics behind the scenes and always giving them stages to perform.
That's awesome. Which is exactly correct.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have I know it's artificial intelligence, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have written that bio.
Better for yourself. That's so awesome.
Yeah, but this guy, Saturday night, top level comedy.
Dude.
He was having a great time.
That's so awesome. Maybe ChatGPT writes the second Joel book.
By the way, eyebrows were fully raised on that one.
I can see the ear stretching from behind.
Bob said without saying it, not a bad idea.
Yeah, right. You may want to think about that.
I mean, at least consider it.
I don't know. Lou did a decent job.
That's right.
I mean, not what we were talking about.
She's no AI.
But
that's awesome. Oh man, Jim Norton has a new podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Where he has a guest on that's
Yep.
almost always a comic, and he's giving advice. Okay, it's Jim Norton giving advice. I mean, what a premise.
the best.
Right?
And he asked for call-ins and stuff like that.
And the only reason I bring it up is because he always has ChatGPT or GP. What is it? GPT. He has it write a couple roast jokes for whatever comic he has on, and then he reads the ChatGPT roast jokes to the comic, and then they either laugh or laugh about how bad they are. It's kind
Which
of
is
funny.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's unique. I haven't heard that.
pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
So what else is coming up, man? You have your graduation.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to ask how long that class is. When's graduation?
Yeah.
It is. Oh damn! I can't read it.
6 days from now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Joel could read his watch from behind. That's awesome, man.
He told me 2 days ago.
I figured.
Yeah.
What are you? Where is the class? Is it somewhere around here in Philly? Where is it?
No, it's in Phoenixville.
Oh, Phoenixville. Okay, cool.
They have an arts and rec center, so I'll be there.
Congrats, my man. I think that's so cool you did that. I think
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Do you, not to give it away, but do you have a set list already planned?
Yes, I'll be
You're gonna go where the
altering
mood
it.
strikes you.
Oh, you have to perform at the graduation?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh!
Two tables and a microphone.
Yeah, that's right.
Tables and a mic.
So over the last 2 weeks, we've been developing our play set. It's we have 8 minutes in which to play 5 songs.
Do you have a specific task, or do it has to appeal to this, that, or the other, or you just do your favorite set
There is
list?
some guidance.
Okay.
As far as some DJing techniques like beat matching, cutting, mixing. So, and the feedback I was given is because I was playing it safe. So I'm doing like hip hop from the mid to late 80s, but I'll probably mix up the genres a little bit.
Okay.
But since I didn't know how it was going to turn out, and we're just like, normally, so my style tends to be, and this is an old way of DJing, but it's also attributed to the technology at the time. There was a time you would let a song play for 5-7 minutes because you have these extended mixes, and you don't want to overlay vocals on top of vocals. It just sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
But these days you have things like stems, so you can subtract out the vocals and just let the drums and instruments play, and do the same with another track and have vocals for that. So that's called I just lost the thought.
So you can have the instruments from one song continuing to play while you bring in the vocals from another song,
Yes.
and then eventually bleed it into the full song that you bled the vocals into.
Yes.
That's freaking cool. That is cool.
And it's really blown up in popularity over the last couple of years, but only made possible because of the technology.
Well, so
Stems, that's what it's called.
What is it?
Stems.
Stems. Okay.
what they do? back in like the late 90s, early 2000s then when they were doing that? Would that just be probably actual records and they were just sampling?
Well, no. At that point, it had mostly converted to digital. We still had people playing turntables, but especially the clubs. But if you're a mobile DJ, you were likely playing off of CDs.
Right, but so my point was like let's just say you would hear a song coming up and you would say you would hear it and the crowd would start getting hyped because they heard the song coming.
Yes,
because you're saying it's the tease.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's actually because of technical reasons. Like now, you're like 2 minutes into a song and then you switch to the next, and you're only able to do that because of the state of technology.
And what you're talking about, tell me if I'm right, Bob. I think I know what he's talking about. Is like old like club tunes, like my favorite one ever, Sandstorm. Right.
Yes.
You know, and you would like that song was recorded with the tease in it. You know what I'm saying? Like that song starts with like a and then that's on the recording of the song. The DJ isn't doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And then 30 seconds later, you go full glow.
But you know, back then, it was not uncommon for like a minute to a minute and a half mix, two songs overlaying each other. You know, you just drag it out.
Right on.
Now people have short attention spans, but the technology also enabled that.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's fascinating. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if I were doing like an 80s set, like I would still want to honor the way it was, the way songs were mixed back then, play the versions of songs that were played back then.
I love that, and I want to see that set. That's right up my alley. Did you know I was an old school hip hop guy? Did we ever talk about that?
No.
Yeah, because like by the time the '90s were around, I was done. But I started listening to Eric B. and Rakim, EPMD, Kool Moe Dee, Houdini. I was watching Yo MTV Raps as soon as I got MTV.
So just to get a little more local, any Tough Crew, Chub Rock?
Oh, sure, yeah. Now, I mean, even Fresh Prince, you know, I mean, West Philadelphia born and raised, I mean, come on, you know. But, I was hardcore into rap until the last rap album I ever bought was NWA Straight Outta Compton. And it's not because I didn't like that album, it's just because I found, I realized that they were sampling P-Funk a lot. And then somebody played me a P-Funk album. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the source. You know what I mean? And then I became a big funk head. Rap led me to funk. So I still love that 80s stuff, though, because it's what led me there.
Very cool.
Yeah. EPMD is my all-time favorite.
Are you nervous for Thursday?
I wasn't until you asked.
Your fault, dude.
It's my fault. Oh, I could be nervous. When he got 2 cats. Oh, this is joy.
That's the best.
Starts crying.
That is the best.
Oh no,
ever.
didn't cry.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Easy.
He'll never admit to that on air.
Yeah, it was joy.
In the quote unquote radio.
Unless any of you ladies out there like sensitive fellows, then Bob was weeping.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to draw him up.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
So one question I got to ask you, Bob. You've been there since the Rofo days. Before you ever DJ'd, you used to check in at 5:59. Doors would open at 6. Seeing all that, you were just like Alan, the first person to come to the Dome here. Now we're inside. What's it feel like now to come in? Do you feel more of a vibe? How do you like Sunnybrook?
It is cool seeing when you have like the proms and the weddings. Like there is an energy there. You see activity in the Gatsby's.
Yeah.
It's great just seeing aliveness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's people all the time that come in here and they ask me, they say, I love what we've done with the place. Cosmetically, we haven't really done anything.
Right.
A couple things here and there. We painted the rooms, the ceiling in the ballroom, put a new roof on, but that kind of stuff you don't really notice.
People barely notice that kind of thing. Yeah, it's functional stuff.
It's people I think are speaking to what Bob mentioned.
That's exactly right. You filled it with
the vibe,
with happiness and life and love and stuff again, man.
People are picking that up.
Dude, I come up here I've been here, we've been here since day one. And I come up, if I don't come up for 3 weeks sometimes, which happens here and there, I come up, like, I hadn't been here for maybe a month. I come up and there's a sold out kickboxing event.
Yes.
There was a ring.
Which we didn't even mention on air. Like, I mean, on social media or anything. It wasn't on our website.
I hadn't
'cause
seen anything about it because
it was just a rental.
Yeah. Somebody else was promoting it basically,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And I walked there, and you sold 700 tickets to that, but there were
Yep.
way more people there for that.
Oh yeah.
And with fighters and associated entourages
Yeah.
and whatnot. And at the same time, there's a charity show for the guy who, what was his name?
His name was he had ALS. His name
Yeah.
was Matt Itch Kurtz.
Nice. Who apparently must be the coolest guy in the history of the fucking universe. Because the people that turned out for this guy, I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Not only did they sell out 2 comedy shows,
Yeah.
500 people,
Yeah.
right? But there were, 100 to 200 people in Gatsby's the whole time?
Yeah, doing the
That
whole.
weren't at the comedy show.
Yeah, they were doing the dine and donate.
There was a
and-
band, there was a duo, acoustic duo playing where you would set up as a DJ. You couldn't even tell they were there half. I mean, you could hear them playing. That was great. But they were mixed in with the crowd. There were so
Yeah.
many people standing in the room. It was unbelievable. And I was just like, what in the world? This is incredible.
Yeah.
You know?
And Gary Veter, who headlined, it was his first time
Oh, that was
headlining. He had
Veter
come
night,
here.
that's right.
He had come with Norman and a bunch of other people. Ari Shafir one time when he were in.
Well, he's one of the most
School.
popular guys for people to use as a feature for
Yep.
the biggest big acts, theater
Yeah,
guys.
and now he's
stuff.
starting to headline himself.
He's a monster.
But
Promise.
he was afraid at the fight going on that if his low energy and he told a joke, you would hear ding ding ding.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of comics sometimes either their opener or if they're opening for the headliner, they'll post a picture in stories or like scan the crowd, sold out crowd. This is amazing.
Yeah.
The only thing he did was actual guys kickboxing that night.
That's awesome.
And
That's
he just
awesome.
shared it.
That's great.
And he goes, dude, this is unreal. Because all guys, they don't think about the fact that I have 4 walls of indoor plumbing.
Right.
They still think I'm outside and I'm a pandemic hero.
Totally.
And I'm doing shows outside. They don't realize, there's multiple things.
Yeah, that's how you got on their radar, but that's not even close
Yeah.
to all you are.
And we have a compound now.
Yeah.
Guys think they sometimes they eat Wendy's right down the street. Yeah. So, in closing, Bob, thanks for being our free timer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bob.
So 2 more times I get the jacket?
We'll let you know. That was the best way to close.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're the man, Bob.
Thanks, buddy.